So Bob Arum says if Keith Thurman shows up, the Keith Thurman that beat Danny Garcia, that beat Sean Porter, says old man Pacquiao doesn't really have much of a chance. He says that Pacquiao was a great fighter in his heyday, but he's 40 years of age, and he's not the same fighter he was. And he feels that if the old Keith Thurman shows up, Manny Pacquiao doesn't really have much of a shot in the fight. I think it's really staggering that Bob Arum is kind of attacked Manny Pacquiao in many different ways since, Manny Pacquiao has left him, from saying that Manny Pacquiao's old, from actually diminishing some of Manny Pacquiao's achievements by saying Manny Pacquiao was so malnourished. He actually, in order to make his fighter Vasyl Lomachenko look good, saying that the reason why Pacquiao was able to go up 8 different weight classes because he was severely malnourished. I just think that's horrible. I just think that's horrible from Bob Arum, for him to come out with comments like that, trying to diminish Pacquiao's achievements to make his fighter Vasyl Lomachenko look great, when really Vasyl Lomachenko right now, although he's a great fighter and he's got great skills, he hasn't achieved anything anywhere near what Pacquiao's achieved in the sport. I just think Bob Arum has been very disrespectful, and for him to say that if the old Keith Thurman shows up, Manny Pacquiao doesn't have any chance at the 8 because he's an old man, I think again is just very disrespectful for a guy that's made you a lot of money, for a guy that's done so much for you to come out with those type of comments. I just think is wrong. I just think Bob Arum needs to stop being bitter, because he wouldn't be saying that if he was still promoting Manny Pacquiao. He wouldn't be saying that if he was promoting that fight between Pacquiao and Thurman. But I just think, I think it's a typical promoter mentality coming out from Bob Arum, where he's just being a hater, really. I don't know why you would come out and say those things. I think everybody in the sport that understands the sport is giving Pacquiao a shot, at least in the fight. I'm not saying everyone thinks he's favourite, he's going to beat Thurman. There are a lot of people that think Thurman's going to win and Pacquiao's old and he's going to get beat. But to say that he's got no chance, that's just... Even if the old Keith Thurman shows up, I don't think that it's a no chance fight for Pacquiao. I think Pacquiao's got a great chance in the fight, irrespective of what Keith Thurman shows up. Bob Arum is saying the guy's 40 and he's not the fighter. Well, in his last fight, he was 40 and he just beat up on Adrian Broner comfortably. It wasn't a troublesome fight for Pacquiao. Fair enough, if he tried trouble against a guy like Adrian Broner, then fair enough, you could say, his career is probably done. Because he's not going to be able to compete against the top level, but it beat him quite comfortably. I just think it's really sad for Bob Arum to be coming out with comments like that. The one where he said about the malnourished one, where he said, the reason why Pacquiao was able to move up 8 different weight categories was because Pacquiao was severely malnourished. I thought that was very disrespectful from Bob Arum, if I'm totally honest with you. I thought that was below the belt. That was way below the belt, because it just shows so much disrespect. It's like you're trying to take away a guy's achievements from him, trying to diminish his achievements by saying that the only reason he was able to move up so many weight categories because he was severely malnourished, just so that people were putting pressure on Lomachenko to move up more weights, because they're saying, well, Pacquiao moved up so many weights, why can't Lomachenko do it? And Bob Arum's kind of coming to Lomachenko's defense, while saying that Pacquiao was severely malnourished as a fighter when he started off at the weights that he started off. That's why he moved up 8 weight categories. Not really. I think Lomachenko's bigger than Manny Pacquiao. If you look at Lomachenko's frame and size and height, I wouldn't be surprised if he's taller or bigger than Pacquiao, if I'm honest with you. So for Bob Arum to be saying that, to me, is ludicrous. I don't think Pacquiao's that much bigger than Mikey Garcia. So I think Bob Arum's talking rubbish. I think Bob Arum's trying to, again, diminish his fighter's achievement, or not his fighter anymore, but his ex-fighter's achievements in Pacquiao, to make his current fighter in Lomachenko look good, which I think is wrong. I've never been a fan of promoters that do that. I think all promoters do that. They look to diminish other fighters that they don't have, that have achieved a lot. You don't do that, I don't see. Yeah, fair enough. There's one thing. Listen, promote your fighter. Say good things about your own fighter. But why do you need to diminish someone else's achievements to make your fighter look good? I don't know why promoters do that, and it really pees me off and hacks me off, because You know, these promoters are making so much money of these fighters, right? And they're not going in there taking a punch at all, and they're just, you know, ridiculing them, ridiculing other fighters. Now, Andy Ruiz is a great example. You know, Bob Arum ridiculed Andy Ruiz, and he used to promote Andy Ruiz. He used to big up Andy Ruiz. So I just think Bob Arum's got a habit of doing that. If you look throughout his career, he's done that quite consistently. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think about Bob Arum saying if the Keith Thurman that beat Garcia and Porter shows up, Pacquiao doesn't have a chance against Keith one-time Thurman. Leave your thoughts, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.